Hello, beautiful people. My name is Gabe, and I'm from La Crosse, Wisconsin. That's the Wisconsin where the richest person in the world spent millions of dollars trying to buy a state Supreme Court seat, and he failed. Can I hear it for all the Wisconsinites defending democracy? Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am Black. I am Filipino-Japanese, second generation. I'm a disabled trans man, but I'm also a Medicaid patient. I'm also a person who uses food stamps. I'm also a person who has been through houselessness in this country. I am also a person who has gone through substance use and addiction. And most of all, I am a patient of Planned Parenthood.
If that introduction tells you anything, it should let you know that this is about to be a very, very, very eventful video. In this video, we're going to be recapping the clown show that took place at the hands-off rallies, you know, the big rallies that they say were going on all around the country with all of these people pushing back on Trump and Elon and Doge and showing how upset they are. Now, the title of the rally is Hands Off, but hands off what? The reason why they called it hands off was literally, and they say this, and I'm going to show you this in these videos. They called it hands off so that anybody that has an issue with anything, if you want hands off women's rights, come on. You want hands off trans rights, come on. You want hands off Social Security, come on. You want hands off illegal immigrants, come on. So what they've done, they've taken the Victimhood Coalition tent, and I mean, they have superpowered it and expanded out of this world. Now, here's the kicker when they do these things, then I'm going to get into the clips. When they do these super victimhood coalitions, the only thing that these groups have in common is orange man bad, which is why every single time the Democrats and the media's lies are exposed as false, and Trump and the Republicans and MAGA turn out to not be the crazy ones, but to be the sane ones, they lose massive amounts of supporters. Now, the difference between previous times and now is that these rallies that I'm going to show you, these people are all paid. And if not all paid, most paid. And when I say most, meaning some of the boots on the ground may not be getting paid, but every organizer and the top tier participants are getting paid, and I'm going to prove it to you. We got the proof. So let's get into this next clip of this individual who's going to tell you who she is or he is or whatever they are, and, you know, what their part is in the hands-off rally. Check this clip out.
What up, my people? Buenas tardes a toda mi gente latina. ¿Dónde estamos? A toda mi gente de habla hispana. Trump ha dicho que no quiere que hablemos español. Y le decimos, no, gracias. My name is Gracia Martinez Rosas. I am an immigrant. I am undocumented, unafraid, queer, and unashamed.
Now, as you see, this woman was bold enough to jump on stage with Democrat leadership and at a rally, proudly proclaiming how she's undocumented, she's queer, and she's unafraid. Now, what any of that has to do with her just being there and being against whatever Trump is so-called doing so bad, you notice how these people always have to let it be known where they fall in the victimhood coalition, and it's almost like a competition to see who could check the most boxes. Now, I'm gonna clip forward to really show you, you know, the real power behind the vehicle La Resistance for the Democrat Party. Check out this next clip from this next gentleman. It should make you laugh.
National Campaigns Director Anu Joshi from ACLU.
Hey, y'all. We are the litigators. Yeah.
If you're enjoying this video, do me a solid and hit that like button, because I'll never ask you for a cash app or for a super chat. You hitting that like button really helps the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe on the Real Politics Podcast. That's what we do. We keep it real about politics. So once you subscribe, hit that notification bell, then select all. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Now, if you don't know who Norm Eisen is the individual who has been behind a whole lot of these litigation cases against Trump. He's one of the main figures that is coordinating with these liberal activist judges around the country who have been doing all of these injunctions against President Trump. And in case you didn't know, in the last century, okay, this century, since 2000 began, 67% of the injunctions that have been brought from courts against the president, 67% of them were brought against President Trump. 15 of them have been since he's taken office, January of 2025. 92% of them are Democrat judges. So what they've done, they've migrated lawfare to where now, as opposed to it being like the DOJ coming down, out of 671 district court judges, what they do is they go around and they can go to any one of these 600 and so district judges, and they can have the ability to submit an injunction to stop, pause, and potentially shut down the president's movement just by an activist liberal judge. And that's right now what Congress is working on. And we had rhinos like Rand Paul that are saying that the right to those type of decisions and movements should be given back to the hands of Congress, when we've trusted Congress with it up to this point, and it's got us $36 trillion in debt. So no thank you if I don't feel comfortable with passing that ball back to Congress just so they can kick it around, waste Trump's time till he leaves, get another puppet or stooge in there that's not as put together and doesn't have a strongest team as President Trump, and gets steamrolled, and it's back to the same old. President Trump is the only administration, I believe, in the history of this country that have been able to come in with sledgehammers, knew where the bodies were buried, knew who the players are, and were able to attack without wasting any time. Because let's face it, unless the American people get out and stop just waiting every 4 years for the president and realize we have midterms. And the Democrats are smart. Everybody knows the presidential elections are highly, highly, highly publicized and advertised. You notice local elections don't get any type of media coverage, hardly at all, because they don't want the average person waking up and realize, man, my city council, my mayor, my state senators, my state congressional members have more of an impact on my day-to-day life than the president does, than my senators in Washington do. These folks, your mayor, your city council, your local judges, they have more of an impact on your day-to-day. These elections matter. These elections are what make it to where when that right person gets in that seat, like we have Trump now, we need the right people. We're not asking for partisan people that are just going to be biased. We're looking for people who see the good in what the president is doing and wants to see America win, rather than trying to put in position for our foreign allies to always get the advantage. So that's who Norm Eisen is. He's the orchestrator or the architect of the BS going on. But I wanted to show you that. So let's skip on here. Now, this next clip I'm going to show you, these are the people that are attending the rallies. Those were a couple of speakers I thought you would get a laugh at. But check out this lunatic as he goes off. This is at the hands-off rally. Listen to how the Democrats have what they've radicalized their base.
To the criminal charge of rape. He is credibly alleged of having raped a 14-year-old girl. Is that what you want for your president?
Absolutely not.
Right? No,
Yeah, which one are you guys talking about?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I shouldn't have done that.
My friend. You're good.
I was talking about our alleged president, our
Look at the dude in the
fascist,
back with the sign.
Nazi-fied, idiot, moronic,
The MAGA menace?
break our NATO alliance, turn our allies against us, steal our money, throw 71 million people off Medicaid that people depend on. 71 million people. Is this what you want? Do you want money taken from your grandma? Do you want to not support battered women and abused children? Is that what you believe? Stand up and say it, fascist. Stand up and say it. I'm standing up and saying what I believe. You stand up and say what you believe, and not platitudes and not idolatry. Let's hear ideas. You have no ideas. All you have is hate, racism, stupidity, and greed.
Now, do you see how mad doggish this individual is? And the stuff he's saying about assaulting a 14-year-old, what is he talking about? Kicking 71 million people off Social Security? What is he talking about? The Democrats have radicalized their base so much. And here's what I'm telling you. Remember, mark it down right now, because it always happens and it's going to happen again. The snake is going to eat itself. It's like with the Teslas. Do you know that Democrats out-own Republican Tesla owners 2-1? 50 some odd percent, 55%, I believe, Democrat, 22% Republican, right? So 22% Republican, twice as many Democrat owners, and most of the people live in blue cities and blue states. So what'll happen is you got people destroying Teslas in their blue city and in blue state, and 9 times out of 10 is owned by a fellow Democrat. I've seen countless videos of Democrats coming out screaming and yelling, going crazy, like, why? I don't support them. Why'd you damage my car? because they don't care. They're radicalized. What about the carjackings and the robberies of the Democrat politicians? The media doesn't want you to see that, but if you Google it, matter of fact, I may do a video on that. It's just like with the coup. They did a coup on Joe Biden. Now they're doing one on Chuck Schumer. That's the way the party goes now. If you're not in line, lock and step, we'll just do a coup on you, get you out, forget the votes, forget what the people want. They don't know what they want. They want what we tell them they want. That's how the Democrats think. So this mad dog radicalized liberal just went insane talking a whole bunch of nonsense, then had the audacity to say all that the Republicans or MAGA has is hate and yada yada and idolatry, while he's the one supporting unaliving unborn children in wombs. He's the one supporting men and women's sports, but he wants to bring idolatry in it as if he's coming from some perspective of spirituality. And these protesters are paid. Now, I know I told you I was going to prove that to you, and I will prove it to you that they're paid. Now, right here, these people, as you see, they're holding up a sign that says, oh, let me mute this.
Government by the least suitable or...
They're holding up a sign that says, stop the kakistocracy. Never even heard of that word before. If you have, please put it in the comments and share what that means. But let's listen to these protesters as she asks them what that means. Oh, my bad. Dang, it'd be good if I unmuted it, wouldn't it?
And what brings you out here today?
What doesn't?
The answer was that. Oh, look at that energy.
Can you explain a little bit for our viewers what this means?
Go ahead. Kakistocracy. Government by the least suitable or competent citizens of a state. Seems to fit, doesn't it?
And what brings you out here today?
Now, that is insane. He pulled out a piece of paper that they gave him at the event and the sign. So they didn't even make that. They were given that and then gave a piece of paper to help them know what it means. And again, let's listen to that definition once again. That definition of kakistocracy, which is a word I've never heard. They never heard it either.
Kakistocracy. Government by the least suitable or competent citizens of a state.
That makes absolutely no sense. But this is what these people are about. So let's go to this next clip. Again, these people are paid. Now listen to this individual who has no idea why he's even there. Literally, when you hear why he's there, it will blow your mind. Check this out.
So what makes Trump a fascist? What makes Trump a fascist?
He does things without
Yeah, talk loud. I don't have my mic on.
I'm not really good into interviews.
Sorry?
He just does everything he wants, and not following laws, or he's a convicted felon. That's all I know.
But your sign says he's a fascist, and I'm just curious what makes him a fascist.
One of the things is that he's trying to control the media, right?
Say that again?
He's trying to control the narrative.
How is he trying to control the media? Doesn't every president try to control the narrative?
They try to control their own narrative, but one of the things that Trump has done, for example, is the renaming the Gulf of Mexico, and then not allowing the Associated Press to come into the White House.
That's why you're
basically, trying to get.
What are your feelings about him renaming the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America when a majority of the Gulf is in fact on the coast of America as opposed to Mexico?
I mean, it's kind of pointless. People
is it pointless?
Yeah, people call it the Gulf of Mexico.
Don't you think it could have a positive tourism impact potentially?
Tourism has been down heavily.
So I don't want to get into the tourism debate. My question is, the sign says the fascist Trump regime must go.
Yeah.
And so I'm just curious what makes him a fascist. You pointed out that maybe something about his relationship with the media, he wants to control it, but how? Again, you're calling him a fascist.
Yeah, well,
what makes him a fascist?
One of the core tenets of fascism is creating an enemy, right? And blaming the problems on
What's
the enemy.
that?
Oh, yeah, paper gave me, yeah.
Who gave you that?
People that gave me the sign. It's a free sign.
Oh, someone gave you the sign, and then they gave you the handout. So are you reading it now to try to answer the question?
Yeah, but I mean,
can I see that? Can you hold that up? I'm just curious.
You can have it.
I can have it?
Yeah, you can have it.
All righty. So where did you get the sign?
All the way in the gatekeeper's house.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just pretty cool.
That's another one? They gave you 2 pieces of paper?
Yeah.
Can I have that one too?
Yes, you can have both.
Oh, okay. So what brings you guys out here today?
Just because I saw people were hanging out with people from...
So this man just said he came out because people were hanging out with people. See, understand something. Any of the younger people, number one, a poll, let me see if I even have it, because a poll just came out and it showed that President Trump with young people between the ages of 18 and 29, his numbers have actually shot up. I have to find it. His actually have gone up, and amongst black people, it's jumped 17 points. So at these rallies, what you'll notice, you see a bunch of it. I'm gonna go through the clip. A bunch of people that look like they're over 60 years old, and everyone else is paid protesters, like this gentleman just told you. He got the sign from somebody who gave it to him. He was notified that people were getting together. He was given paperwork when he got there. He has no idea what fascism even means. He's not against Trump. He's just a lonely dude looking to hang out with some people. And it seems like he might have made a man friend with the gentleman that's wearing the purse around his chest with the long hair that seems extremely beta, that's talking about the Gulf of Mexico and the Associated Press. Like that's what makes Trump a fascist. These people are insane libtards. I mean it. Now, let's look at this next one. Now, this here is the actual proof of them getting paid. And this was posted by the rhetorician, you know. They're being paid. It's $1,000 a protest. There's no telling what the vandals are getting paid. So yeah, if you're paying regular people $1,000, what are the folks that's willing to tear some ish up getting paid? In search of individuals for a paid protest. East Village, I am looking for people to come to a casting for an eventual filmed protest. For showing up to the first gathering, you will get $200. For showing up to the second gathering, a filmed protest, you will make $1,000. So they're paying people $1,000. Who's funding this? See, if you notice, 2016, these protests were massive, and there was a lot of young people, and they were making some noise in 2020, the Summer of Love, making some noise. You realize that bank account, that slush fund has been hit because these protests are not well put together. They're still busting people in, which I'm going to show you in the next clip, because Laura Loomer and some other folks captured it. And then we got the proof right here. The protest is to show New York the great injustices is what is happening, injustices of what is happening in Gaza, whether you share these values or not. So even if you don't believe in it, come on and you'll get $1,000. Now, why would they be willing to do this? For the optics. When they get these clips and they put it on film and they shoot it out to their left-wing arm of the media says, oh, look at the massive protest. And they do that to make people say, wow, that many people are against Trump? Maybe I'm on the wrong side. They tried it with Kamala. They were busting people into all her rallies. And then with her lying self, she had the audacity to act like her events were just crushing it. And Trump was the one that couldn't do a draw. Do you remember when they were saying it? Like, oh, yeah, he got those little rallies down the street and we got the, and they were busted, busing people around city to city. The same people were at multiple events. These people don't have jobs. This is their source of income. And it says, please email me at cat.casting11@gmail.com for more information. This is what has to be done in order to speak freely and gather individuals. Between $200 and $1,000. I should email that lady just to see what it looks like and what the process is like. Now let's look at this next clip. Another clip of paid protesters right here. Now this is the actual script. Tucker Carlson put this up. Wow, look at how organic the hands-off protests are. Kamala Harris should have won. Don't forget the paid scripts they're handing out a few weeks ago for other impeached Donald Trump and anti-Elon Musk protests. Nothing more than manufactured outrage again. And as you can see, let me see if I can zoom it in some. It says large print simplified chant sheet. Elon Musk, go to Mars. We don't want your swastikas. What? Elon Musk is unelected Democrat. Democracy must be protected. The people united. We will never be defeated. Hey, hey, ho, ho. President Musk got to go. We will not cooperate with your techno-fascist state. And as you can see, it's just straight up and down insanity and lunacy as what's going on. Oh, now this will piss off George Soros and Reid Hoffman and the rest of the people that are funding these protests. Now, this is where their hard-earned money goes. Tara, these paid protests at Tesla stores aren't working out as the Soros-backed organizers hope. The paid participants are dancing, not inciting violence. Let's see what they did. Doing the electric slide. Look at these folks. Over 60. Nothing wrong with over 60, but LGBTQ right here. Do you see any young people? You see any black people? Any people of color at all? You see a lot of older women, older liberal women. You don't even see any men out there. Because the only men that associate with that party are beta males. I apologize. And if you know somebody that is involved in it and you agree different, let me know. But as of right now, so what we see right here are paid protests. Oh, here's some of the other proof right here with Laura Loomer. Let's take a look at it. These are the buses that they're bringing them in on, giving them the sign. A lot of people are going to be talking about the anti-Elon Musk, Doge, and Donald Trump protests yesterday. They are paid protesters. Loading buses with pre-made signs to hand out. Look at that. Getting bussed in and getting off. Real organic, right? So they're bringing people from different cities and different states to protest in a city and state they don't live in. Remember, they did that during the Kamala Harris campaign, and it doesn't work. And as a matter of fact, most of these people at these rallies are already Democrats anyway. So again, they're preaching to the choir. And what the Democrat Party has not figured out and realized yet, there's a thing called the internet and social media. Everybody has cameras nowadays. Did they not think that they were going to get busted manufacturing this BS? There's no real energy there. Nobody's behind it. As a matter of fact, Trump's numbers are up. His approval has skyrocketed. He's at 53% right now, while the Democrat Party is at 27%. He's doing twice as good as them in the polls, while they're just talking about how many Americans are going crazy and unhappy. It's a fallacy. It's a BS lie, and we're not going to let them keep propagating that lie. Look at all these busted people. Look at all the signs made. That costs money. None of these people have jobs. Look at this. Mask. Whenever I see somebody with a mask on, I already know where they are. They're wearing their hijabis or whatever that is. Look at the Palestinian flag. Look at that. It's just sickening. It's sad.
So me and Gabe took about a 30-minute break, and we went back to the hotel to recharge. When we come back, and this place is dead. Take a look. Like,
he left for 20 minutes.
Single protester in sight. And just 20 to 30 minutes ago, it was completely packed with protesters. So one of two things. Either A, they were paid and their time was gone, they're off work, they get to go. Or B, they're literally just a cult and they all left at once. Like, it's one of the two options. You tell me.
So, in what world does all of these people that are so angry and so ready to fight, they all just leave at the exact same time? They all just go at the exact same time. Matter of fact, I believe I have a clip where one organizer literally, while one dude was doing an interview, the organizer walked up to him and flat out told the ladies, "Hey, listen, guys, hey, it's time to go. It's time for us to get out of here. Let's not do this." Here's another example of a protester admitting that they were paid.
Yeah, I get paid to be out here.
You get paid to be out here?
Yeah.
Amazing. So some pack.
You really are getting paid for this?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, definitely. 100% I'm getting paid for this.
So this is what they want people to believe is so anti-Trump. Listen, I know sometimes it can drive you crazy listening to the media. It can make you say, how can people be so blind when they make you feel like everybody is just flipping against President Trump and aren't getting it? It is a lie. It's the Democrat Party that's being buried right now. And we're watching them self-destruct as they do a coup on Schumer and put AOC, and then Jasmine Crockett's trying to knock her out of space. The progressive left-wing libtards have taken over the party. So the biggest thing we have to watch out for is protecting ourselves from the violence. And all it's going to take is for one of these libtards to run up on the wrong or the right conservative that's going to stand their ground. And just what happened with having the right to bear arms and is going to protect themselves, and somebody's going to get hurt if the Democrat Party doesn't fix this, what's going on. So if you hung in there with me and you watched it this far, I really do appreciate you for watching. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. And if you haven't already, do me a solid, hit that like button, share your comment. What do you think about the video? What do you think about the paid protest? It's insane. Or do you see it as a clown show comedy? Is it sad? Or do you believe in it? And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But other than that, I want you to stay safe, be great. And I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all.